Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Ned Reynolds, Mike the intern in the studio. It's Tuesday, and there have been 2 days of the Major League Baseball draft. After day one, didn't have many local guys that got picked up. What about after day two?
Day two, none either, and this was rounds 3 through 10, and that has to be a bit of a disappointment because we expected the name of one of the Missouri State Bears to be chosen and was not. Now, does that mean the draft is over? Of course not. Rounds 10 through 20 will be accomplished today, and that will end. The official, of course, drafted players. Now, that doesn't mean they can't sign as free agents and things of that nature, which does happen. Heck, it used to be 60 and 70 rounds, but now they've boiled it down to 20. Anyway, we'll find out what happens today. The individual in question is Zach Stewart of the Missouri State Bears. Big home run hitter. Had, I believe, 19 this year. Big kid from Lebanon. Only a sophomore, but draft eligible because he's a year ahead of some of the others. Anyway, he would be a junior if he stayed. Now, depending on where he's drafted, he may stay with the Bears. That's a possibility because we do have something called NIL now, and that would supplant at least some of the payment which would be forthcoming as a drafted player. But over and above that, let's see if he does get drafted today. I think he will, but we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed for him for sure. Have you seen any of the video of a lot of the soccer fans sneaking into Hard Rock Stadium through the air ducts?
That is ridiculous.
I mean, it's at that point when you're seeing stuff like that, and I was seeing those that day, so obviously that's a complete breakdown of the security at the stadium, right? I mean, if those people are allowed to sneak into the stadium through the air ducts, there's obviously a breakdown of security.
They're certainly not allowed to. They snuck in. That's how they get in. Didn't have tickets to see the match. The match was Argentina versus Colombia. It was the Copa America Championship match. And I understand the passions. That's fine. But you don't resort to this kind of foolishness that apparently does occur on a, I won't say regular basis, but does occur in South America and has resulted in riots. Well, it did in a sense here, too. The fans breached the gates. As you mentioned, they crawled in through the air ducts and things like that and went to grab the seats that weren't theirs. They were already sold, damaged the escalator, one of the escalators in Hard Rock Stadium, did several $100,000 in damages, and the city of Miami is terribly upset at all of this. What are they going to do? That Hard Rock Stadium where the Miami Dolphins play is one of the sites for World Cup competition coming up in 2 years. Well, come on. We can't have that. There's a lot of things that we can't have that are allowed to have in this country. You're not allowed, but do get away with in this country. And it's got to be stopped because that is just sheer lawlessness right on the surface. There were 27 arrests. Prosecute them to the fullest extent.
There's a lot of people that got to see that thing for free, but when you're talking about getting a ticket to something where the average cost is $4,000, who's really committing the crime here, Ned?
I'll watch it on TV. TV is not a crime, thank you.
You know what, though? I am so excited. We've got guys actually showing up in St. Joseph, Missouri wearing the red and gold, my guy.
They are here today. These are the rookies, the quarterbacks, and the free agents who have shown up at the Kansas City Chiefs training camp. Well, not having shown up. They are mandated to be there today, and it's all part of the protocol. There will be 3 days of hard drills for these guys, and then the veterans show up this weekend, and then you're off and running for the first preseason game, which is coming up, I believe, the second week in August. 3 preseason games, then the opener on Thursday night, September the 5th. And, of course, Mike, we do have our Chiefs rally coming up here next week.
We do on Monday. It's going to be at the Dive on Patton. Hopefully you got your tickets. We're pretty damn full. I think the planners were like, okay, stop talking about it so much. But no, we're not going to do that because it's happening on Monday. Dive Patton Chiefs Happy Hour. Get your tickets online. 1047thecave.com. The All-Star break is live and in full effect right now. We've got the Home Run Derby happening last night. Your thoughts on it, sir?
Well, Home Run Derby is a made-for-TV event brought on by the folks at ESPN to fill the space between the end of the not regular season, but the halfway point on a Sunday and the All-Star game on a Tuesday. There was usually an idle day on Monday, idle day on Wednesday, and baseball began on Thursday. That's not the case now. It's 2 days off. And, of course, the Home Run Derby fills the space on Monday. It's developed into, I guess a must-watch TV. I didn't see too much of it last night, but Teoscar Hernandez of the Los Angeles Dodgers became the first representative of his team to win the home run derby. And it was a dandy. He went matched up with Bobby Witt Jr. of the Kansas City Royals, and Hernandez won by 1 home run. It ended with Bobby Witt hitting the ball to the wall, and had it gone over the wall, it would have tied the match and they would have gone on, but that was not the case. So Hernandez wins the home run derby, and thus he carries the trophy with him. Now it's on to the All-Star game itself.
Who do you think's going to win that thing?
You can't tell. These are really outstanding players, of course, in every respect, and they are mixed by the managers as well as the pitchers to the point now where it's impossible to determine the strength of the team. Paul Skeens, and this is a popular choice. Paul Skeens, the rookie from the Pittsburgh Pirates, will get the start. He's an LSU All-America last year, and now he's put Major League Baseball on its backside. He came with he was taken out of the game as with a no-hitter going in his last outing. He'll get the start for the National League, probably pitch about an inning and a half, maybe 2. And Corbin Burns of the Baltimore Orioles will start for the American League. He'll probably pitch a couple of innings. These are outstanding pitchers, but they're only in there for a short time, and then there's a great mix of individuals. So we'll see what happens. Burns, incidentally, played his college baseball at St. Mary's down in California, a team the Bears have been playing in basketball for the last 3 years.
Interesting. Well, it's always fun to watch either way. Last but not least, we're getting closer and closer to the Olympics. Team USA got a chance to get back out on the court yesterday. How'd they look?
Played Australia, played them over in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates, and the USA had this one put away. 24-point lead late in the third period. USA wins it by 6. Boy, did they ever fritter away a lead. Now, the Australian team's pretty good. They have a number of NBA players on there, but they aren't that good. I think the USA went to sleep, woke up in time to get the win 98-92 over the Aussies. They call themselves the Boomers, and they're pretty good. They're probably a medal team, but USA should not be giving away a big lead like that and then committing 18 turnovers. USA had 18 turnovers. That tells you this team is not together yet. But they better get there pretty quickly because the Olympics is coming up.
Ned, you have a wonderful Tuesday. Stay cool, and I will see you on Wednesday.